We are back here in Madden 25 franchise mode with another fantasy draft, and today I'm letting a wheel decide how I draft. And so here we have the wheel that I'm going to be letting decide how I draft my team today. As you guys might be able to see, I do have numbers in parentheses next to all of the positions except for a few. The reason behind that is because I did one of these before a couple months ago, and I ended up going to round like 45 just because I needed to do that in order to complete my team. So what the numbers mean is basically that's the maximum amount of time I can get that position. So for example, once I get interior defensive line twice, I remove it from the wheel. That way it's a lot easier for me to get all the positions, and hopefully I won't have to go to round 45 because that was brutal. My team was horrendous and it was an extremely long draft when it should not have had to be. But with that being said, I do also have a few miscellaneous ones. I have choice, which is just basically I can pick any player. Lowest overall, that just means on the main screen, like where it shows like the highest rated players, I have to go, and I'm pretty sure it's up to like 100, so I would have to take the 100th ranked player. Best available, that just means I have to pick the first ranked player. So hopefully this time the wheel is a lot kinder to me, and with that being said, we will jump right into this and see what pick we end up getting here. I really hope it's a good pick, and we get a top 10 pick. Lamar Jackson goes 1 to the Ravens, Joe Burrow goes 2 to the Bengals, and then Josh Allen goes 3 to the Steelers. So 3 AFC North teams in the top 3. And the Browns got left out of the top 4. They are picking at pick 11th, but Patrick Mahomes goes at pick 4, which if you did a fantasy draft earlier in the year, Patrick Mahomes was going 1 or 2 at the latest. So seeing him go at 4 is kind of a little weird, but yeah, there's still going to be a lot of talent here. Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the league, is still here. What about quarterback? Because that's usually where I always go round 1. Matthew Stafford, 85 overall, Jordan Love, 84. So there is still solid quarterbacks on the board. Definitely ones you can win a Super Bowl with in Madden 25 simulation. But enough yapping. We're going to go ahead and spin the wheel and see who I'm taking in round 1. So I will go ahead and spin the wheel here. I'm really hoping it's quarterback. If it's not, I mean, I would have liked wide receiver, but running back in round 1. So that means we're going to have to run a running heavy playbook here for this. But yeah, I'm only allowed to get 1 running back, so we will remove it from the wheel here. And so for running back, it looks like it's going to be Derrick Henry. Saquon Barkley, he's a 98. Okay, I thought Saquon was a 99. Well, I mean, he will be in Madden 26 for sure, because he's on the cover and everything. So I guess it's pretty obvious he's a 99 overall, and he does do pretty good in sim from what I've seen anyways. So he will be my pick here, and like I said, we are going to have to use a run heavy playbook this season, and hopefully Derrick Henry can carry us. And now the wheel is back on for round number 2. If we could get a quarterback, and we're getting a linebacker. Okay, I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world building out this defense, but yeah, we get 1 out of the 3 linebackers here in round 2. And by the way, I should clarify real quick, I do have edge as a separate position. So for example, Khalil Mack, while he is listed as a linebacker, I'm not allowed to take him because he's an edge rusher. An IDL that applies not for just defensive tackles, but also interior defensive guys. So like Cameron Hayward, Derek Brown, Milton Williams, for example, would qualify. Daniel Hunter, he would not. He's an edge rusher. Same thing here. Matabuke, he's an interior guy. And Christian Wilkins, same with him. So I do have that separated just because Madden has not gotten with the times and done that themselves. So yeah, just a little clarification there. So Jared Verse, again, cannot take him. Bobby Wagner, 91 overall, is just sitting here at the top of the board. He is the highest rated linebacker that I can actually take. And even though he is ancient, he's still a 91 overall. 34 years old, like I said, pretty ancient, but we're going to add him here in round 2 and add him to this defense. And alright, we're spinning the wheel for round number 3. Can we please get a quarterback? And IDL, I mean, that's actually not bad. There might be a guy like Chris Jones available. If we could get him, that would be solid, or maybe a Cameron Hayward, someone that's at least, like, I would say a 93. But I guess we will have to see for ourselves here. So Chris Jones is still available, and so we're not even going to think twice about it. Chris Jones, we will be adding him here in round number 3. Alright, so we got defense in back-to-back picks. Now let's see if maybe we can, I guess we're getting defense again, so we're adding another linebacker here in round 4. So we have 2 out of 3 linebackers. Still no quarterback yet. And let's see, maybe Zach Bond or Demario Davis will still be here. Probably Demario Davis. Yeah, he's still here. And so is Zach Bond, but we're going to go with Demario Davis here. He's also ancient, so we have a very old linebacker room. But we will be adding Demario Davis here at 90 overall. That is a very solid pickup. Alright, so we're spinning the wheel again, and we are getting a quarterback in round 5. Thank goodness, though I can't imagine there's going to be a high rated one. But I mean, getting one now is a lot better than getting one in like round 10. So yeah, we get a quarterback. I will remove it from the wheel. And now we will see what quarterback we are picking up here. Russell Wilson. Okay. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. 78 overall. I mean, that isn't bad necessarily. So actually with Russell Wilson, we could probably run like Ravens playbook or something like that because he is a scrambling quarterback. And the Ravens do have a really good offensive playbook. So that might actually work. Or the Eagles offensive playbook as well. We could do either of those. But yeah, Russell Wilson will be our quarterback. We're adding another 35-year-old and also a former teammate of Bobby Wagner here in round 5. And now here we're spinning it for round number 6. I have still yet to get a miscellaneous one, and that will change here. We are taking the best available player on the board in round number 7. So it's actually round 6. I misspoke, but let's just see who is the highest rated player, and it is Josh Jacobs. I mean, Josh Jacobs is great, don't get me wrong, but like, we already have Derrick Henry, so I don't know, maybe we move Josh Jacobs to like wide receiver, even though he would probably drop like 20 overalls if we did that. But yeah, Josh Jacobs is going to be added to the team here. So yeah, I guess those miscellaneous ones don't really benefit us as much as I would like. And here, so we are getting interior offensive line, which is just basically guard or center. I grouped them all into one just because I figured that would be a lot better. So we'll just take the highest overall out of the 3. So 87 overall, Landon Dickerson. Ryan Kelly, 83 overall. So what about right guard? 92 overall, Zach Martin. So he's still on the board. So yeah, we're not going to think twice about this. We are going to add the highest overall, Zach Martin. It's going to be key to have a good offensive line because we're going to have a run-heavy playbook, and having a good offensive line is really going to benefit us. So yeah, Zach Martin in round 7. Let's go to the wheel for round 8. And now the spin for round 8 here, we are going to be getting our first wide receiver. Okay, so I would imagine there's still going to be some decent ones on the board because we're not really that far into the draft necessarily. So let's just see. T. Higgins, 86 overall, so that's actually a pretty decent pickup here in round 8. I am very happy with this. T. Higgins, welcome to the team. And now for round number 9, let's see what pick we get. Oh my gosh, kicker. I mean, I would probably have preferred lowest overall. Unironically, I feel like that would be better than a kicker here. But yeah, I do get to remove kicker from the wheel, but that's frustrating. In round 9, that is very frustrating. So if I had gotten lowest overall, I mean, it would have been another running back, so I guess maybe I wouldn't have preferred it. But like, still, a kicker in round 9, I guess. Brandon Aubrey, 87 overall, is the highest rated one, so we're going to add him here. 29, so he might actually be, oh no, he's not the youngest player because we got Josh Jacobs, so he's like the second youngest player. Or actually no, we just got T. Higgins, so he's the third youngest player. Same difference, Brandon Aubrey, welcome to the team. And for some reason, the colors of the wheel changed when I removed kicker, so it looks a lot less aesthetically pleasing, even though that doesn't really matter too much. I just whatever. But yeah, round 10 or whatever round this is, so we're getting a tight end that's actually not that bad. Granted, I would prefer getting like a corner or something because we still do not have a single one. We only have 3 defensive players, and if this was like a user draft, I would probably be pretty close to like finishing my defense. But yeah, I guess that's a bit besides the point. So tight end, Dalton Schultz, 83 overall. I mean, it's not the worst pick in the world, but I would really prefer another position. I also do get to remove tight end from the wheel after this, so yeah, Dalton Schultz here in round 10. Welcome to the team. Okay, for some reason it did it again and just changed some of the colors. I have no idea why it's doing that, but yeah, round 11. Why does punter look a lot bigger? Okay, so I get to choose. Thank goodness we got that, but for some reason it looks like punter has higher odds. I don't know, maybe I'm just seeing things. But yeah, I checked the wheel and punter has the same odds as everyone else. So I guess the font was just different for some reason. But anyways though, I get to choose any position I want. So we're not going to go with a quarterback, and we are 100% not taking a running back here. So I think getting a corner is probably the smartest decision here. Safeties, I mean, Harrison Smith, Vikings legend, is here. I don't really think going with a safety is a good idea. I mean, there is still some solid defensive linemen here, but I mean, getting a corner is probably the most important thing right now. So that's what we're going to do. Darius Williams at 81 overall is the highest ranked corner here. So we're going to add our first corner here in round 11, Darius Williams. Welcome to the team. And now watch me get corner on this wheel spin. Oh, that would be so frustrating. And okay, I thought it was going to. But yeah, we get interior defensive line. That means I can remove it from the wheel. We will do that here. But yeah, we get to add another interior defensive lineman. DeMarcus Lawrence is here. That would have been nice to get him because we do not have a single edge rusher. But yeah, so let's just see. Grover Stewart, 84 overall. And Grady Jarrett, 81 overall. What about here? There is no one that would surpass him. So yeah, Grover Stewart. We're going to add another piece to our defense in back-to-back rounds. So for some reason, tackle, safety, and punter have like really big font sizes, even though the odds are the exact same. So I don't know, that's interesting. But anyways though, we'll spin the wheel to see, and we are going to get a corner. So hopefully Mike Hilton is still available. If we could add him, that would be very solid. So we will check that out, and he is. So we're going to add Mike Hilton here, another 81 overall cornerback. That's solid considering we did not have a single one up until round 11. But ideally next round I get an edge rusher or maybe an offensive lineman. But I mean, there's always solid offensive linemen later on. So ideally an edge rusher. I wouldn't be mad at an offensive lineman though. But yeah, round 13, Mike Hilton, welcome to the team. But yeah, we are spinning the wheel here again and seeing, and we are not getting, I thought we would get an edge rusher. That's so close, man. But we get our second interior offensive lineman. I guess it's not the worst thing. We still have yet to get a tackle. I know Jake Matthews is still available and he's like an 87 overall, so getting tackle would have been a lot nicer. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. We will take it. Adding another offensive lineman. Trent Brown would have been nice, 86 overall, but what about, so Damian Lewis, 83, and Connor McGovern, 78 overall. What about right guard? Shaq Mason. So we will be going with 83 overall Damian Lewis here, adding our second piece to the interior of our offensive line. But yeah, if I get interior offensive line one more time, it gets removed. And are we getting, please give me tackle. Oh gosh, dude, lowest overall. Okay, well, let's check that out. If it's a running back, I might break my monitor. Oh, that would be so frustrating. And by the way, I should mention, lowest overall doesn't count against the position number. So like, for example, if I get interior offensive line, I still have to keep it on the wheel, even though I would have 3, because it is a miscellaneous one, so it does not count against the wheel spins. But let's just check it out. Of course, dude. Why could it not have been Travis Jones? Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, he is an interior guy, but like, still, I mean, I guess getting depth wouldn't hurt, but we already have Josh Jacobs as depth as the running back. So Keaton Mitchell, I don't know, maybe I can move him to wide receiver, or maybe he can play like left tackle or something at 5'8", 186. I guess crazier things have happened, but yeah, Keaton Mitchell, welcome to the team. It would be very nice if I could get an edge rusher here. Please give me, okay, I mean, corner, so we're getting our third corner. I mean, I guess that's not the worst thing. We remove corner from the wheel. Actually, I just realized we cannot remove corner from the wheel because Darius Williams was a choice. So we still have one more spin on corner. So I'll just re-add that to the wheel real quick and then we'll go with our pick. So this will end up being our slot corner, but let's just see who it is going to be. So Shaq Griffin, Vikings legend, 80 overall, so that's actually pretty decent. We're gonna have 3 starting corners that are at least an 80 overall, so that's actually very solid. We will take that. Shaq Griffin here in round 16. So because it's possible for me to get corner one more time, I think my strategy will be, if I get a corner, will be to probably move that corner to safety, but hopefully I don't. Like, ideally I just don't get it. So here we go for the round 17 spin. Ideally an offensive lineman or an edge rusher. So we get our third linebacker. So I know for a fact we can remove linebacker here. So we'll do that. So still no edge rushers, and it looks like Eric Kendricks, Vikings legend, is the highest rated linebacker here. And I do run a 4-3, so having 3 linebackers is key, but I guess we will check just to be sure, because sometimes for some reason the higher overall players get hidden. Like I've seen that before, where it'll be like a high rated player at a certain position, but they won't show up at the top for some reason. I don't know why that is, but I've seen it happen a couple times. But yeah, it does appear Eric Kendricks is the highest rated player here. Jordan Hicks, also a Vikings legend. But yeah, when Eric Kendricks was a Viking, I was a big fan of him. 32 years old, so we do have a very old linebacker room. Like we have Bobby Wagner 34, Demario Davis 35, and then Eric Kendricks 32. And now for the round 19 wheel spin, can we please get an edge rusher? Okay, well, we get our third interior offensive lineman. We can remove it from the board now. I really would have liked an edge rusher there, but it is what it is. So more than likely, I'm going to be taking a guard and then just moving him to center, because the center's 78 overall. I'm assuming there's going to be a guard that's a higher overall. Yep, Isaac Sumalo. What about right guard? Greg Van Roten. So not at right guard. We will be taking Mr. Isaac here in round 18. And I think during the last wheel spin, I said round 19. This is round 19 here. And we finally get an edge rusher in round 19. I can't imagine there's going to be many high overall ones. I know I saw Jadeveon Clowney a couple rounds ago. I mean, if we could get a 78 overall, I mean, I would take that considering what round we're in, but I guess we'll see. Like, I mean, I'll be happy with anything here at this point. So Alex Anzalone is unfortunately not an edge rusher. Shaquille Barrett, he's here, 76 overall. Brandon Graham, he is an edge rusher, 78 overall. What about edge? Calais Campbell, he's an interior. Cameron Jordan is here. He's an edge rusher. What about left end? Okay, nothing. So yeah, Cameron Jordan, he is an edge rusher. So I mean, getting the 79 in this spot, I guess that's not horrible. But yeah, with that being said, Cameron Jordan in round 19. Looking back at it, with my choice one when I took the corner, I really wish I took DeMarcus Lawrence instead, because I ended up getting corner within the next couple of rounds. And I didn't get edge rusher until, like, what was that, like 8 rounds later? That's insane. But yeah, round 20, this wheel spin. Anything, like, offensive alignment, lowest overall. It's going to be another running back, isn't it? I just know it's going to be another running back. So yeah, let's see. What running back are we adding to our roster in round 20? It's going to be, oh, we actually don't get a running back. Shocker. We get a safety. Cole Bishop, I mean, I guess it's not horrible if he does have to start. I mean, it's not like the worst thing. I'm pretty sure he's young, so like he could develop. Yeah, he's a rookie with hidden dev, so he can develop during the season, which granted, this is only a 1-season thing, so like we're not going that long. But I don't know, maybe by the end of the year he can get up to like an 80 overall if he starts. But yeah, Cole Bishop, round 21. That's my pick. Ideally, I can get a wide receiver here or a tackle, because like I really don't know what we're getting we're getting a punter. Okay, I thought we were gonna get a corner. I mean, I would prefer a corner, but yeah, we're getting a punter here. We can remove it from the wheel. Let's see. I think we're getting AJ Cole. I can't imagine anyone else has taken him yet. So we're really gonna have the best special teams unit in the league. Yes, he is. He is still here. How old is AJ Cole? He's 28. Okay, I thought he was 30. So compared to a lot of other guys on this team, he's pretty young. AJ Cole, round 21. Welcome to the team. So here, I'm really hoping it's wide receiver or tackle or edge, one of those 3. Like safety, I mean, I'm pretty positive there's going to be like decent safeties available later anyways. So we'll see here. Tackle, and we get tackle. Okay, we'll take that. I would say if we can get at least like a 75. David Bakhtiari, thank goodness, an 83 overall tackle. That's huge. Let me just check just to be sure. No one's getting hidden here. So David Bakhtiari is still on the board. So that's so huge for us. In round 22, picking up an 83 overall offensive lineman. We will take that. David Bakhtiari, welcome to this team. Okay, getting David Bakhtiari was actually a massive pickup, but let's see. Best available, that's going to be James Conner, isn't it? Oh my gosh, it's going to be James Conner. That's so frustrating, man. I'm really hoping James Conner got taken, because if he wasn't, Dude, the thing with that is he would still be a higher overall than Keaton Mitchell, and I'm getting him like 8 rounds later. So let's just see. And yep, man, if only it was Micah Hyde. That's so frustrating. Dude, look at how many running backs are up here. Goodness gracious. But yeah, James Conner in round 23. We're adding our 4th running back. That's insane. And now the wheel spin for round 24. Let's see what we're getting here. Edge. Okay, we will take that. So we get to remove Edge from this. So ideally, Brandon Graham is still on the board. I don't think he will be, but if he is, that would be huge. So let's just check that out. Bryce Huff, 74 overall. Okay, so Shaquille Barrett is here, 76 overall. We will be taking him here. If Leonard Floyd, okay, he's 77 overall. And then left end, nothing here, higher overall. So Leonard Floyd, we will be adding him to the team. And that completes our defensive line in round 24. That's actually disgusting, because if I was doing this draft like manually, this defensive line would have been complete by round like 12. So yeah, this is pretty painful to see. But yeah, Leonard Floyd, we will be adding him here. And then on defense, all we need is a strong safety, but we do still have 2 more safety spins. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Offensive wise, we do need 2 more wide receivers, a fullback, and then a right tackle. It's also 5:30 in the morning as I record this. Just a little fun fact there. Please give me wide receiver. Oh my gosh, you're joking. Okay, well, now we get to remove corner from here, but that's so frustrating, man. Oh, we were so close from a wide receiver. But yeah, I guess we're just going to end up taking a corner, and we could have had Adam Thielen. Oh, he's an 80 overall. That would have been so solid. Reunite him with Eric Kendricks. That would have been great. But yeah, I mean, I guess Troy Hill, we can add him. And then I guess we can move him to safety and maybe he goes up in overall. But yeah, that's my round 25 pick, Troy Hill. And I just know for a fact I'm going to get safety here. Like, I would withdraw $1 million and bet every single dollar on me getting safety here. I just know for a fact it's going to happen. Watch. 100% guarantee it. Okay, so I was wrong. We get wide receiver though. Hopefully Adam Thielen is here. If Adam Thielen is still on the board, that would be absolutely huge. So he is, thank goodness. So we're getting an 80 overall wide receiver in round 26. So that's actually very good value. If we could get Micah Hyde, that would be great value as well. Like, I really hope next round we're able to get Micah Hyde, because at 82 overall, that's such good value in these later rounds. But yeah, Adam Thielen in round 26. Okay, so maybe the bet didn't cash last time. But what we're going to do is we're going to take out a $2 million loan. And now we're putting it on me getting safety this round. So we got $2 million on it, because I just know for a fact it's going to happen. Okay, so we're down $3 million. But I'm getting choice. I'm not getting choice. I'm getting fullback. Okay, well, maybe we get Kyle Juszczyk. I mean, we already have like 1 million running backs anyways. But let's see, will Kyle Juszczyk be on the board here? He is, 88 overall. So, I mean, our backfield is like insane. We could run like the, what's the one formation? Like the wishbone or whatever it's called, with all those running backs, and now a fullback in here as well. So this offense is going to look very interesting. Kyle Juszczyk, 88 overall. But we do get to remove fullback from the board here. So now it's really down to getting 1 more tackle, 1 more wide receiver, and then 2 safeties. So we'll see how this goes here. If Micah Hyde is here, that would be ideal. So we get choice. Thank goodness. So I'm thinking going safety here. That's probably going to be the play, unless I see a tackle that's just like too good. And of course Micah Hyde is gone, man. That's so frustrating. Okay, what about, is Morgan Moses here? He 81 overall. He is still here. So this is what I mean. 81 overall Morgan Moses. He would be the highest ranked player, but he's not here. So that makes me want to check, is Micah Hyde still here? Okay, he's not. But yeah, I mean, the safety overall drop off is like not as bad as the tackle one. So we're gonna go Morgan Moses here, and we really need to bolster this offensive line. That is very important considering how much we are going to be running the ball. But yeah, Morgan Moses in round 28. We're adding him here. And now we're spinning the wheel for round 29. Please give me safety, bro. I'm not getting safety again, dude. That's so crazy how I've gotten so many other ones multiple times, but I haven't gotten safety once. So we're getting lowest overall here. And I'm pretty confident that this is going to be a running back. Let's just see. And it's actually wide receiver. So that's actually not that bad. So that's actually not that bad. We're getting a wide receiver here who will probably end up being wide receiver 4. But I mean, getting depth is pretty important. So yeah, we're on to round 30. This is actually going a lot longer than what I thought. But I mean, it's not as bad as the first time. That was horrible. Lowest overall again, that's awesome. So maybe this will be a safety or a running back. DJ Johnson. Okay, so we get depth at the edge position. DJ Johnson, welcome to the team. Okay, so I cheated a little bit and removed tackle just because I don't want this to go for like 20 more rounds. Like I said, this is 5:30 in the morning. I want to go to bed. And I mean, I guess it's not really cheating because I do make the rules. So like I can just say it's not cheating. So I guess it's not cheating. But yeah, let's see what we get in round, was this 32? We'll see. Wide receiver. Okay, so we can remove wide receiver from here. And we'll see. I think Tim Patrick was still available. So that will be my pick if he is there. Ideally, he is still here. And he is 78 overall. So he's going to be our slot wide receiver. Tim Patrick in round 31. Well, actually, let's just be 100% sure. Okay, he is. Tim Patrick, welcome to the team. But let's see, will I get safety now after 30 whatever spins? And we don't. All right. I mean, unless best overall is a safety, and it is Tony Jefferson. Okay. I guess that wasn't as bad as I thought. Tony Jefferson in round 32. Okay, so I decided if I don't get safety once by round 35, I'm just going to call it and sim through the rest of the draft. So we'll see for round 33 what pick we are going to be making. And again, no safety, best available. Hopefully best available is a safety. That would be ideal. But just knowing this, it's going to be a running back 100%. Okay, it's actually not Jonathan Owens. So that actually completes the team. We have a starter at every position. So yeah, with this Jonathan Owens pick, that is going to conclude this draft. I'll just sim through, let the CPU finish it out. And we are in the thousands, dude. That's actually insane. I just noticed that. But yeah, I'm going to sim through the rest of this draft because the team is complete. There's really no point to keep on going. But yeah, I'll sim through the rest of the draft and then I'll move a few positions around and then we'll check out what the team is looking like before we go on and sim through the season. Alright, so it's almost 24 hours later as I record the next part of this video. It's 5:07 in the morning on Sunday, and I'm also uploading this video on Sunday in like 12-ish hours. So after I go to sleep, I have to edit and everything like that. But that's besides the point. So we are going to be using the Eagles playbook. I went back and looked at a previous franchise that I did, and I feel like the Eagles playbook makes a lot more sense for us because it is going to give Derrick Henry a lot of carries, even though it will give Russell Wilson a lot more passing attempts, which, you know, I would prefer that would not be the case considering his overall, but it's just something we're going to have to deal with. I figured it would probably make more sense to use the Eagles offense, and for defense, I always use the Bills defense because this one, it's a very good defensive playbook for sim. If you are running a 4-3, it is a really good playbook. But yeah, with that being said, Eagles offense, Bills defense. So we'll do a quick recap of the team, even though you guys already saw. Oh, but also one more thing. Adam Thielen will be wide receiver 1 because when I did go back and look at previous franchises, and by previous franchises, I mean the one that I looked at, Devontae Smith had significantly more catches as wide receiver 2. So we're going to move T. Higgins to wide receiver 2. Adam Thielen will be 1, and I think for the slot wide receiver, I know it is Adam Thielen right now, I think we'll probably just put Tim Patrick here, because I don't even think the slot receiver gets that many targets in Eagles offense. I didn't really look too much into it, I just kind of like glanced at it. But the tight end also does get a lot of catches in this offense as well, so having Dalton Schultz at 83 overall is definitely solid. So yeah, look at our running back room, dude. Oh, also I did move Keaton Mitchell to wide receiver. He's a 63 overall, so I don't think he'll be getting many reps this season. But yeah, we have Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, James Conner, and we also have Kyle Juszczyk as well. So we can pretty much just rotate a running back each down. And we also have Russell Wilson who can take off all the time as well. And this offensive line is very good, of course, led by 92 overall Zach Martin. But yeah, this offensive line is very good. Like, even though we do have a lower rated quarterback, I still think this is a playoff team. Like, I think if Russ can like have like an average season, I think this team is definitely a playoff team. But granted, it is going to be more on Derrick Henry because we are running a run-heavy offense. So this season is more on Derrick Henry. and he has a very good offensive line ahead of him. And then looking at the defense, I didn't even look at the overall. So yeah, the offense is an 88 overall. Very solid, 86 overall in total, 84 defense. I'm honestly surprised the defense is an 84. I feel like I guess, our safeties aren't really the highest rated, so I guess that makes sense. But I mean, we do have a lot of high rated players. Chris Jones, Demario Davis, Bobby Wagner, Grover Stewart, he's an 85. Like, despite us being an 84 overall, I still think this defense is very good. Like, we don't really have any liabilities on this team. Like, even though we do have 3 starters that are under an 80 overall, like, they're still serviceable, and I think they'll do just fine. Especially with the Bills playbook. The Bills defensive playbook, like I said, is very good for a 4-3. And then on top of that, we do have the best special teams unit in the league with Brandon Aubrey and AJ Cole. But yeah, with that being said, I'm not going to keep yapping about it. We're going to go on and sim through the season to see how this team can do. Before we do that, as always, we do a record prediction before all simulations here. So I think my record prediction, I'll go 10-7. That will be my record prediction. I think we'll be a playoff team. I don't think we'll win the division, which granted, I don't really know the picks of the other teams in the division, so I can't really compare. Like, we could be the best team by like 10 overall points, and I wouldn't know because I didn't really look at that. But yeah, that's my prediction, 10-7. You guys can comment yours if you would like, and without further ado, I'll go ahead and swim through the season. Also, I should mention, I did think about doing Packers offensive playbook as well, but I'm pretty sure that one gives your quarterback a ton of passing attempts, so that's why I chose not to do it. But a side note, I have done a lot of fantasy draft content the past couple of days. I did a Madden 12 historical roster, as well as Madden 18 and Madden 03 historical roster fantasy drafts, and we go 7-10. Wow, so my record prediction was completely flipped, but just look at those team ranks, man. We were 3rd with offensive points, 6th with pass yards, 4th with rush yards, so the defense really held us back. We were the 24th team ranked in terms of giving up points. We were the worst passing defense, but we were very good against the run. Dude, the offense was elite. That's actually insane. We had such a good offense, but the defense let us down. And Brock Purdy threw for 4 touchdowns while also only getting 158 passing yards. So that's interesting. But let me just see this real quick. So Russell Wilson, 33 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. That is a pretty high number, but 33 touchdowns on 66% completion, 4.4 thousand yards. I mean, besides interceptions, Russ did his job, right? Let's just look at rushing yards. So Derrick Henry, 226, 1.3 thousand, 17 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs got 20 carries, 2 touchdowns, 162. What about Kyle Juszczyk? He got 1. Did James Conner did not get any. But Tim Patrick had 16 rushes for 47 yards, and T. Higgins had 3 for 1 yard. So T. Higgins was not a very efficient runner, and we handed the ball off to Adam Thielen. Goodness gracious, dude. He's like 50 years old. Why would we do that? But yeah, T. Higgins led the way with 1.3 thousand yards. So Tim Patrick being in the slot was the 2nd most targeted wide receiver here, but he had 14 touchdowns. So maybe putting Adam Thielen in the slot would have worked out better. Dalton Schultz, he had a lot less, well, he did have 74 receptions, so he had the 2nd most, but a lot less yards than I would have thought. Only 4 touchdowns for him. Derrick Henry got 40 catches though, 436. 2 touchdowns for him. Reverend Jordan, the backup tight end, 7 for 47 and 1 touchdown. But I mean, yeah, the defense really just let us down. Chris Jones, 15.5. Leonard Floyd, 14.5. We had no one with more than 2 interceptions. So, I mean, yeah, I guess the defense really let us down. And Derrick Henry was 20th in the league for carries. With the Eagles playbook, that's very, very weird. Let's just see. What was the Eagles? So, Joe Mixon had 238. So, for some reason, Joe Mixon had more carries. Well, who is the Eagles quarterback? Just out of curiosity. It was Michael Penix. So he threw 17 interceptions. So I mean, I guess it could be because we must have been behind in a lot of games, so he didn't really get the opportunity to get that many carries. But I mean, I guess point blank period, it was the defense that really let this team down, which is pretty unfortunate because look at those last 2 games. 49-42, 17-14, and losing those 2 games literally cost us the playoffs. And look at the Jaguars, dude. The Jaguars put up 49 just to finish 4th in the division. Like, they couldn't have just given us 1. I mean, I guess winning 1 more game wouldn't have done anything, but like still, they could have just like slid us 1. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. 7-10. That's so frustrating. How does the defense do that bad with the Bills playbook. It's crazy because the Bills playbook is usually very good. So that's pretty surprising that that happened. But yeah, with that being said, that is going to be the end of the Spin the Wheel Fantasy Draft Challenge here in Madden 25. If you enjoyed this, I have a ton of other Madden 25 content up on my channel. I do fantasy drafts, I do speed rebuilds, I do franchises. If you're interested, I have playlists up on my channel. Feel free to check those out. But yeah, that's all I have for you all. Thank you all so much for watching all the way into the end. I really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I will see y'all next time.